Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michael with the ALG Education Team. I want to welcome you to today's webinar. It's my pleasure to welcome our presenter, Mr. Ben Recob. He's our Senior Manager of Education and Implementation for ALG Vacations. Welcome, Ben. Before I hand things over, I wanted to mention that this webinar is being recorded. We'll make it available later this afternoon on the ALG Education calendar on the ALG Showcase in VAX. Also, if you've got any questions or comments to share throughout today's presentation, please type them into the question panel that's located on the right side of your screen. Also, I think that's it. So Ben, I'm going to hand things over to you. And before I do, I just got a question for you. Can you tell me why we're delivering this Ascend workshop again today?
Why we're delivering it today? So I kind of struck out. I was supposed to do it last week, and my inner, if any of you participated in Ascend, you know Mike Rayburn. My inner Mike Rayburn told me why not when it came to doing something super outside the box like this, and kind of showing my screen. And I love to show, not tell, because I think that's the ultimate way to learn. So I tried to do something super insane, and I was told that I couldn't, but I said, why not? And I did it anyways, and it didn't work. But guess what, Mike? I'm going to strike out a lot, and I think that's because I love to hit home runs, and I love to hit ground rule doubles. I think if you look at the best baseball players in the world, they bat 300. That means they look like a fool 7 times out of 10, but that's not what it's about. It's about those 3 times where they're the hero. So hopefully this is one of those 3 times today where we can re-record this, and yeah, so we'll just go from there.
You'll knock it out of the park, Ben, I'm sure.
Thank you. I appreciate your confidence. I would be lost without you, and I think you are the greatest MC in the whole world. So thank you for that wonderful intro. As you were saying, Mike, my name is Ben Recob. I'm the Senior Manager of Education and Implementation, which, let's get all those words out of the way. Pretty much what I do is I show agents how to make money and how to use VAX effectively. So it's all about going into the system, becoming an expert, finding out all those ways to maximize your earning potential, add to your bottom line, and then also just understand all those, quirks that go along with the actual booking process. So whether it's making a booking or modifications towards an existing booking, that's what myself and my crew is outstanding. Mark Werschnig, Clint Shire, Mike Flynn is on my team. I'm just loaded with talent around me, and yeah, so that's kind of what we do, is just show agents how to be awesome with ALGV and VAX. Let's talk about the agenda today. This is for the newbies. I think this is just a great layout to talk about. You've registered for VAX. You've now registered for ALGV, so you're set up to book any of our 6 brands. But let's talk about how, next step. Power of the anchor stores. We're talking about how to maximize earning potential. We're going to keep it simple, yet get it done quickly. We're going to jump into a sample booking with one of our exclusive nonstop vacation flights. We are going to go over the education campus, which we have spent hours and hours updating and making as outstanding as possible so that you don't have to call in. You can just go right into the campus, find out what you need. It's all in there, so we'll explore that. And then we're going to end with Kahoot, and I'm giving out a trip today. Okay, I'm giving out a trip. I got to get the details of the trip, but if you missed out on a trip last week on Ascend, and this trip is for the newbies, okay? This is for those that are new agents. So if you win today and I find out that you are a established agent, then that means one second here. Then that means that you kind of sandbagged. It's a golf term. It means your handicap was much lower than what you claimed it was. So this is for the newbies today to make sure they can win something and explore VAX with us. But without further ado, I'm going to dive right into the live portion of it, because I'm not a big slide guy when it comes to explaining VAX. So I love just going right into the system, jumping right in and kind of just showing you how it's done. And it all starts with this VAX homepage. You've put in your account number, you've put in your username, your password. This is the screen that pops up. And you can, see here, there's a lot going on this VAX home screen. You can see that we have everything from Steal of the Deal, and we have things that are associated with Apple Leisure Group, but also other brands that are sold in the VAX platform that have nothing to do with Apple Leisure Group, other tour operators selling their space. And that's why or buying space to sell out of this virtual mall. And that's what I like to refer to this as, is VAX is a big virtual marketplace that all these stores are in, and they all sell out of it. So you can book any of our brands if you want, or the big six, as I like to call it: Travel Impressions, Apple Vacations, Blue Sky Tours, FunJet, Southwest Vacations, and United Vacations. You can book right over here. But I really want to encourage everybody to book within the anchor stores themselves, because if you were to go in here and see, let's say you're not even signed up for any of these brands, and you're not even preferred tour operators, and you're not preferred with them, and you just go in and you book Universal Vacations, for example. It's like down in here. I get agents telling me all the time, hey, Ben, you're going to be so proud of me. I booked Universal. But then I tell them, well, that's great. I'm really happy for you. You got a sale. But you could have booked Universal in FunJet Vacations. Okay, and then you could get that preferred commission that we agreed upon, and you're now earning. But since you booked it with Universal, that has nothing to do with Apple Leisure Group brands. So I just want to clear up that confusion for any agents that if you're booking with one of our six, you're earning that commission that, was discussed with your business development manager. If you're booking outside of that, then that counts nothing towards your production goals, your commitment, anything like that. So that's why I always say, if you're going to book and you're preferred with one of our brands, jump directly into the anchor store itself. So I'm going to jump in FunJet right now. And here we see that I have everything I need on FunJet. So this is like, instead of just looking at the front of the mall or a marketplace, you're just getting out of your car and going through the front doors and just taking a quick left into the FunJet store. It's right there. It's a click away, but now I'm not confused that there's, someone else other than FunJet selling out of this store. I know everything is associated with FunJet. And whether it's scrolling deals that we have, our Walking on Sunshine promotion, if I scroll through some of these, I can see that we have the Steal of a Deal flash sale. Certain hotels offering just outstanding value. Right now, we just announced our low deposit on Travel Protection Plus. If you book the full travel credit plan, everything you need to know here is just kind of scrolling. And then as I scroll down, I have, videos highlighting Aruba, everything you need to know about COVID-19 policies, more information on Travel Protection Plus, ways to contact us. So we have all the phone numbers here. And then even more benefits that hotels are offering, advertisements that you can click on these and then just book these hotels directly out of these links. So it's really nice. And just as a reminder, I'm using FunJet as an example right now, but you can use any of our anchor stores. They're all very aligned and unified underneath the Apple Leisure Group, so that they have this similar toolbar structure on the top with scrolling ads, booking engine on the left. So if you go into any of these other anchor stores, you don't feel like you're in like a brand new area. Very aligned, and you'll get used to it. So I really want to focus on this top toolbar up here. This is where I say that all the value happens, okay? And I start with deals and promos for a reason. You always want to make sure before you dive into looking for a package and you've qualified your client, you know what they specifically want, but we know pricing is going to be the biggest objection. And that's why we've got promo codes if you want to get discounted from a full commission or even a commission cap. Commission cap's usually a much greater discount. That's why it's capping the commission. So I don't want you to fear that. Promotions, that would be in terms of just anything that's being offered, and we can actually just dive into it and see any hotels or any deals, specials, like Steal of a Deal will be mentioned in here. Anything you need can kind of go within here. Actually I went on. Let's go to deals right here. This is our offer wizard, and promotions. Promotions is similar. So promotions, what's really cool about this is we call this the offer wizard, where I can plug in exactly what I want for qualifications. So I want a budget right here, number of nights, star rating, and then only those results will pop up for hotels that fit what my client is looking for. And I can even filter by destination. So if I want to do Mexico, Caribbean, I wanted to filter out the price, number of nights, anything like that, it'll show up. And there you know what to book. And what's great is, similar to those hotel advertisements at the bottom, I can just click directly on the promotion and book right from there. Really handy tool. Destinations and hotels, just quick overview if you're not familiar with any of the destinations we sell. It lists a majority of the contracted hotels that sell out of those destinations. So you can just always jump into right here. Travel info, any of our products and brands, you really need to become familiar with this. I can't go into the full detail of how we offer 3 different, travel protection plus plans, or, our Groups Your Way and contracted groups programs are located here. Payment plans, price matching, everything you kind of need to know on these, right? Just a click away, and you can just see all the details. So if you want to complete a price match, you know how to do it. I do want to talk about Insider Circle perks. These are really nice because they're located within the FunJet brand, where you can just kind of take a look for a value indicator that says that there's an Insider Circle perk. It'll say exclusive VIP inclusion. And this is offered on the other brands too, but just want to show you where it's located underneath those value indicators. And we're going to jump into hotels where you're going to be able to see this in more detail, but just wanted to show you what that looks like. Agent rewards. Let's talk about Waves. This is the ultimate rewards program. Big part of, COVID-19 was we wanted to make sure that we were not taking away rewards from you. We need your business more than ever. And we know that a big part of you doing business with us is to make sure we have a sweet rewards program. And what I really like about it is it takes all of our brands and then just buckets them into a big pot where now you can take your points, whether it was booked on Travel Impressions, FunJet, Apple Vacations, thrown into there, and then now you can redeem it for travel. You can see redeem points here. Travel, hotel stays, Amstar excursions, vouchers. You can even redeem it for a virtual visa right on the bottom if you want to do that and just go straight to cash. So really nice there. Also, get paid to upgrade. I'm going to show you that in a second. Agent vacations, you guys got to go on vacation too. If you go on vacation, especially as new agents, you come back hungry as ever to want to sell to your clients. So if you haven't gotten an opportunity to either go on an agent vacation from a leisure perspective, we also offer FAMs and site inspections. You can check that out because we want to make sure you're knowledgeable about the destination because, yeah, it makes you more hungry to sell. And then agent tools, I'll show you the education campus in a second. ALG V360 is in here. That's available on all the brands. Great way to market yourself. If you're in COVID-19 right now and you haven't begun kind of marketing yourself through Instagram and Facebook, whatever the kids are using these days, you can just jump right in there. Printable flyers, just customizable things to just put right on social. It's just a great tool to use. So without further ado, let's jump into a booking, okay? And what I really want to focus on right here is our exclusive nonstop vacation flights, the search section, because I think this gets overlooked a lot with many agents just guessing when our exclusive nonstop vacation flights come out, and you don't want to do that. So first of all, what are they? Exclusive nonstop vacation flights are flights that we buy and then sell through you, who you sell through your client. And it could be an entire flight, or it could just be a block of seats. Kind of depends on the origin that you're flying out of, but these are nonstop. They're round trip. On FunJet, for example, you can be earning up to 15% on the flight portion, which is insane. Pretty much the way to think about it is whatever you're earning on the hotel portion through Apple Travel Impressions and FunJet, you're also earning on the flight portion when you're booking those. So whatever you've talked about with your business development manager towards the commission part, just know that that's also what you're earning on the flights. So you definitely want to be booking this over scheduled air. But if I book out of this search screen right here and one of the origins, I'm just guessing when those flights are going out. Clicking on here is definitively going to show all of the flights that exist and when they go out, where they go to, and for how many nights. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for flight and hotel, and then I'm just going to scroll down to Chicago O'Hare since that's a very popular origin. And then the month, I'm just going to do, let's do April, I think I was looking at earlier. And then we're going to do 1 room, 2 adults. You're going to see in a second that the length of stay doesn't really matter at all. I'm going to add Travel Protection Plus to the booking. And now I'm going to search, and this really nice calendar is going to pop up showing me all of the destinations that are available, when they're flying out of, on what days. And when I hover over it for April, I can pick the amount of nights that I want to go out for. And if I want to change the origin, and you can see all of the different origins that we offer for these exclusive nonstop vacation flights, I can. The month, if I want to change it in here, it's just a really neat search guide that helps you look for these flights. So I'm going to do the 10th, and we're going to go out, and as you can see, I have everything from 1 to 11 nights on my screen, but we're going to go for 5 nights. And what's first going to populate are these flights. That makes sense. I'm going to know it's an exclusive nonstop vacation flight because it's going to show me in green letters. It's usually going to show a red C when I get to the checkout screen, C for charter. Another word that's used for exclusive nonstop vacation flight. I'm going to see Coach Z if I take a look and click on the flight and see the flight info. So there's just lots of different ways for me to tell that this is an exclusive nonstop vacation flight and I'm crushing it on my commission. So as you can see here, I've got it in green, so I know that I have the flights I want. For some reason, if I wasn't in a market like this, don't worry. We offer up to 5% on bulk. It's a tremendous value. I can always change the flights if I really wanted to in here, but for example's sake, why would I want to click off of these? So let's focus on hotels. Let's talk about how awesome it is that we have so many different ways to search hotels, take a look at values that are associated with those hotels. Right over here, I see that we have 145 of them. That is ridiculous that we offer so much great product. However, I don't want you to be spending all day looking at 145 hotels. What I want you to do is use these hotel filters. They're going to show you everything you need to know on, breaking down, qualifying your client, giving them exactly the property that meets their wants and obviously their needs for a dream vacation. So in here, I'm going to choose, let's pretend that we're booking this for the missus. That's always the example I use myself, and I'm going to take my wife, Bobby. She loves 5- and 4-star properties, and watch how these hotels change that are being displayed. So 5- and 4-star. So now I'm down to 126, still a lot. I am looking at adults only and all-inclusive. I know we're going to leave the little one at home, little baby Veda. She's 3 now, but we definitely need a trip away at this time. So we, as you can see, adults only and all-inclusive. Now I've got 30 hotels. But we're still not done. If for whatever reason I wanted to filter by points of interest, so maybe I know my wife loves to go shopping, so she would love to go to Playa del Carmen, and I can see that there are 4 hotels that are available in Playa del Carmen that are adults only, all-inclusive, 4 and 5 stars. I'm going to keep it a little bit more open for now, but just know that I can always use this tool to change the miles from points of interest from areas. VAX is such an awesome booking tool, but what it really excels at, it is the ultimate selling tool. Okay, it really just whatever you need to break down what your clients are looking for, it can do for you. And if I even wanted to offset my stay here, so your clients tell you, hey, giving you the old, we're doing an Airbnb or we're staying with relatives here, they have a timeshare or whatever. If I want to book a 5-night stay using exclusive nonstop vacation flights and then a 3-night stay, I could do it right here. I could just change the check-in and check-out date. So remember to utilize those as well. But last but not least, I have 30 hotels that meet our criteria, but here's where I'm going to mess around with our budget. So I'm going to move the sliding price scale to fit the budget and look at how those hotels move. So if we just want to spend $2,250 as our max for the lead-in, now I have 15 hotels, 5 and 4 stars, adults only, all-inclusive. Pretty slick. I can scroll down here and see all these different value color-coded value indicators that are associated, but one that I was looking at earlier was the 2% upgrade bonus. And this is great because I can open this room category up. Red always means stop. It means don't book the lead-in room category. It means there is a upgraded room category in there that has a green symbol that is a tremendous value and gives you 2% more commission. So remember, it's all about adding to your bottom line. So if I open up the hotels or the room categories here, I can see that my lead-in is a standard room category for $1,701, and that includes the price of the flights. But down here, an ocean view is only $1,875. So if we divide $1,875, that price difference is like $175 between 5 nights. It's like a $35 difference per night to be in an ocean view. So you should be selling this to your client anyways, okay? And then cherry on top is you're getting 2% more commission by booking that upgraded room category because it has the green symbol. So remember, red means stop, green means go. Awesome. I want to put a couple of hotels in here to quote. And some of you may have heard of this, some of you may not have, but you really need to be using our email sales tool, because our email sales tool allows you to quote 6 hotels, up to 6 features, and 3 rental cars on one itinerary combined with a set of flights, which we already know we want down here. It's really easy to do. All we're going to do is we're going to click Create Sales Email, and we're going to see little white boxes pop up down here. And watch when I click it, you'll see the white boxes. There they are. And I'm just going to pick, like, Breathless is a gorgeous property. I'm going to choose Ryu Palace right here. I'm going to scroll down, and we're going to do Bahia Principe, and I'm going to continue to scroll down. Ooh, Secrets Capri, we definitely want that. And then remember, I talked about how we want to book that upgraded room category to get 2%. You can combine anywhere you want. 6 different hotels. You could do one hotel in 6 different room categories if they already know where they definitely want to stay. It's really nice to just kind of combine in here and pick and choose what you want. So once I've picked out my hotels, this is kind of part 1. I can preview it from here, and it's going to break down my flights and my room categories. So here, really nice, chic-looking itinerary. I can customize this intro to anything I want to say. Down here, I've got my flights, and then now we see each one of the hotels that I picked out and how they're bundled in. Let me blow this up for you guys. So it's bundled in with the cost of those flights. And it even shows below what travel protection would be if it were added into the package. Since our travel protection is based on pricing tiers, we see that pricing tiers can change. Now I picked a couple that are all in the same pricing tier because I moved that sliding price scale to fit budget. But if they were different, they would change pricing right down here. Your clients can take a look and click on any of the hotel profiles to see, how many restaurants does it have? What do the swim-up bars look like? Beaches, rooms, what do they look like? What do they entail? What are the extra amenities? What resort extras are being given with it? Really nice to just kind of take a look at everything you need and can find it all right in here. But maybe I'm not done yet. So I picked out my hotels. I'm going to go to the bottom here once I have my hotels picked out, and I'm going to pick features. And in here, we're going to add a couple things. So Create Sales Email is still up. It's still existing because I haven't turned it off. And now I just want to pick up, like I said, up to 6 features and up to 3 rental cars. So I want to see what private transportation costs. I want to scroll down here, and I'm actually going to use my filters on the right to find sightseeing and water activities. We want to see what a jungle tour costs. We want to see what luxury sailing. I know the missus would love that. And I know she likes to snorkel. So I'm going to choose 4 for now. Just remember that you can choose up to 6. But now when I hit preview, similar itinerary that we looked at, we're going to see those Frontier flights that are exclusive nonstop that we're getting insane commission on. But then down below, here are my hotels that we saw before, but here are the features that I picked out. And we can see that these are available kind of a la carte. They're not included into the price of the package because we know that if you offer your client 6 different features, statistically, they're not going to choose all 6. They're going to say, hey, I want this one or I want this one. They want to mix and match, and you can just say that, hey, for 2 passengers, this is what the cost would be added on to the price up here. They can also take a look at the feature profile similar to the hotel to see how do I redeem them? What's the, where do I take a shuttle to? What does it involve? Safety protocol, little things like that to just ensure that, everything is that they want to buy the feature in the first place. So that's all found right in here. And then you can close it out with whatever remarks you want to add. That can be done right in here. And it's just really nice. You can send this out. It is just a great selling tool because typically what I see with new agents is they send out multiple itineraries with everything the same. Flights are good. Features are good. Just has a different hotel on there. Don't do that anymore. Now just send out one itinerary that has a couple different options on it. And then if they still want more, then send out another one that has some more options on it. This is the definition of work smarter, not harder. At any time, you know, when I get to pre-checkout or even after checkout, if ever I want to save my progress, I can always just hit to save the itinerary right down here. It's super easy to do and just name it to whatever I want. Ascend 2020, and we'll just do back to basics. And I can always just save it. Now, saving my itinerary here isn't creating the booking, so it's not going to lock in pricing. It's not going to lock in inventory. All it's going to do is allow me to not go through the search again, and I can always just retrieve saved itineraries up here. It's going to last for 14 days. It's really nice that it stays in there. I encourage new agents to do whatever you can before you start searching to get the name and date of birth, name as it appears on the passport, and date of birth. There's nothing worse than kind of going through a booking and seeing a great value and not being able to lock it in because you don't have your client's information. So remember to do that as much as possible. But if you can't, then that save itinerary is the next best option. So like I said, you don't have to start all the way over from the search screen. You can just retrieve the saved itinerary and it will update through live pricing. So if I were to pull this up 5 days from now, this pricing will be reflected on what the live rates are. Last but not least, definitely want to cover the booking administration button. You guys got to earn too, right? So at any time, if you want to change your commission before or after booking, you're going to click on booking administration. And I can see what my current net pricing is. So the net price of this package is $22.94, and I'm getting $374 in commission. Not bad. But at any time, if I want to just add in $100, I can set it. And now you can see that it's added in that money. We do have a 10% service charge. This is industry standard. I just want everybody to be aware that that is going to happen where I added in 100, so it added in $90. It moved from $374 to $464. So if you're wondering where that $10 is, that's where it went to. And then from here, I can just check out, complete, put in names, dates of birth, make the booking, and now my reservation is made. In most cases, if I'm 193 days out, all of our packages are due 45 days and in, but if I'm 193 days out, this package is going to hold for a couple days without deposit. Okay, it's just going to sit there. So that's why I'm really big on getting names and dates of birth, making the booking, sending it to your client saying, I found this tremendous value. If you want it, great. If you don't, no big deal. It's just going to sit there. It's just going to auto cancel. But making the booking is the first step towards securing the sale and securing repeat sales by always doing that. So without further ado, I think that that's just a quick crash course on maximizing your profitability as well as just kind of making a quick booking, quoting it, and sending it out to your clients. So I think now, Michael, it's time to Kahoot. So I want everybody, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint right here. I want everybody listening to go pull up their phone, go on their computer, just type in their URL, whether it's Google, Chrome, Internet Explorer, type in Kahoot.it. Kahoot, K-A-H-O-O-T period I-T. Okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to see a game pin appear on the screen, and I'm going to show that game pin in a second, and it's going to ask you to fill in that field. And what you're going to do is you're going to put in the game pin. You are going to put in your name. Then please make it appropriately. Don't, Michael, I'm thinking about you if you're going to be joining this game. Make it appropriate. You put in maybe your first name and then the last 2 letters of your last name. That would work too. But you're going to see here in a second that right now, I'm just going to turn down this volume so I can hear everybody. Here is the pin. Kahoot.it, you're going to type in 2529137. This is totally free. You don't need to download an app. Please don't download the app. Just type in Kahoot.it. Look at this. I see Kathy, Julia, Kim. Look at everybody. Oh, this is awesome. I love it. This is good to see. All right. You guys are pros at this. All right. Look at everybody jumping there. Mike, if you could take a screenshot of everybody jumping in. This is great. And we're going to get started here in another minute. I just want to give enough time to go to kahoot.it, type in that game pin 2529137, and then once you're in, we are going to go over some questions. And the way the questions are going to work, I'm going to go back to the slide here. You are going to, and let me turn this down a little bit. There we go. A question is going to appear on the screen. You're going to look on your phone or on your device, and you're going to answer the color and symbol of the answer. So the answers appear on the screen, on my screen, and then on your phone, as you can see, you're going to have the color and the symbol that matches the answer. Accuracy is obviously very important. You want to be right when you answer. Speed of accuracy is just as important. The faster you answer, the better. And look at all this. I got 50 in here, so I'm going to get started here. We are going to get fired up. And here we go. All right, Ascend, back to basics. We're going to go question number 1. How is my workshop going? Informative, yet nerdy. I see a lot of ladies on there, so hot right now. Practically perfect in every way, or whatever I got to say, whatever I have to say to win this thing. And the best part is I put the timer on for a minute because guess what? I don't have a time restriction. This is scheduled for an hour. We're going to get to a lot of questions, but I see the answers coming in. Perfect. 44, 45. Just hop right in there. This is kind of the test question. I'm going to be pretty upfront with you. Everybody's going to get it right because I want to make sure you're used to it, and everybody should get at least one question right. So they're all of these. I would probably vote blue. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, let's see where we come in at. All right. Okay. Practically perfect in every way. I will take it, especially after we did this on Wednesday. It didn't go quite perfect. So I thank you to the 21 that answered. You 10 in blue, that's awesome. And thank you for the honesty for those in green. And yeah, I'll take informative yet nerdy. I'm a nerd, and I've accepted it. All right, so we got C. Dunshire at 978. Shirley, Flintown, Jess Matt, and Ric Flair Woo. All right. True or false, booking in VAX with a brand other than ALGV counts towards my ALGV production and commissions. All right, look at how fast you guys are answering. I love it. And if we do have any Apple Leisure Group employees that are joining us today, please don't try to win this because I can't let you win. This prize is definitely going to one of our wonderful travel advisors. And if you recall, when you're just going through these answers, I talked about this question in the very beginning when we're talking about that mall comparison, the marketplace, when you go in. And this is definitely one of the benefits to going directly in the anchor store and booking underneath your preferred brand. All right, we'll close it out here, and let's see how we all did. Hoping we see a lot of false. We do, oh, split, so maybe I did need to go over that again. So yeah, booking and VAX with a brand other than, it does not count towards. It only counts if you book an ALGV brand. That counts towards those commissions that are associated with that Apple Leisure Group brand. If you have production levels to become a star agent, or if you're an owner and you're just getting started and you have levels towards any of our premium levels, that is also to take into consideration. So I'm glad we went over this again. Booking anything else in VAX does not count towards any of those ALGV. It needs to be an ALGV brand. All right, Jess Matt goes to the top of the list. Love that. Question 3, the email sales tool allows me to bundle one set of flights with, and in the example, we use those exclusive nonstop vacation flights. As a reminder, those are nonstop. Those are round trip. We own those seats, which means we have a lot more flexibility. So if you want to make a name correction, it's really easy to go into modifications and change PAX info. Just a lot easier with modifications in terms of that because we own it. With Scheduled Air, when it tickets, it's kind of a done deal. We're at the mercy of those airlines and what they have, but if they're ours, we have a lot more flexibility there. So definitely look for those and book those over Scheduled Air. And take a look at those origins. Become familiar with them. Those origins are always changing. We're always looking to get more seats in those origins and add more origins because we love that you sell these seats for us. So the answer to this one was orange. 6 hotels or room categories, 6 features, and 3 cars. So way to go to the red was the other tricky one. You cannot have up to 6 cars. You can only do 3 cars in there. All right, let's see how our lineup is doing. A lot of shifting parts here. So we got Lee, Allison, Jess Matt, Stephanie, and Jody MP. All right, a couple more questions to go. Saving itineraries includes. And one thing I realized that I didn't cover is the Education Campus, which I'm definitely going to take time out on. Education Campus, while you're all listening to this, is, and I'm actually going to show it real quick before we get to the next question. Education Campus houses everything. Full webinar calendar, every single webinar that's running in a month. You can even go back to see what we ran in August and June, July, August. You can, anything from 2020, you can see a self-help library which has tutorials, videos, cookbook recipes for everything, just giving you steps, everything you kind of need from top to bottom, and wonderful. You guys are great. 14 days saved on saving itineraries. Big takeaway here is it's not going to lock in price. It's not going to lock in inventory. It's just holding those components together so when you want to jump back into VAX, you can do that. It's going to save for 14 days. And just real quick here, I'm just going to show you where the Education Campus is. I'm going to actually show it through the Anchor store. I'm going to click on Education, go to Education Campus, and it's all right here. Here's that webinar calendar, information on fraud protection, new agent on-demand orientation. You should be checking this out. And then here's that self-help library, which has everything you need on booking, managing. Before you call in ever, you should be looking in here first. If it's not in here, absolutely give us a call. Happy to help. But everything you need to know on engagement, travel protection, and like I said, if you just want information on applying travel credit, you can click on it. It'll give you information from a 1 to 2 minute video or actual steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Let's take a look at our scoreboard, see how we're doing. Lee remains in the lead with Allison right behind. And we got Judy TA, Mary W making a climb into the top 5. I want to change my commissions before or after the booking, then I need to select the button titled blank. It should be green. Maybe we can talk, Michael, we can talk to the people at VAX and we can get that installed. That'd be fantastic. It's my bad joke of the day. So we got booking admin, commissions, rewards, or Ben's bank account. And this is a big one. Just when you're going through the booking, to always be selecting this booking and keeping a look at, we talked about get paid to upgrade, 2% added there. We talked about different ways of upgrading the room category. We talked about booking that exclusive nonstop vacation flight because that guarantees us up to 15% on the flight. All of that gets thrown into your commission amount. So very important that, yes, we kind of refer to that as your bottom line and that waves and other things are added on top of that. But this is really the area where you need to click on booking administration because that's going to show you where you're at. No surprise here, you all got it right. 39 of you, absolutely correct. Click on booking administration. And that's really nice too, because we did used to have it say commission way back in the day, change it to booking administration. We know that some of your clients like to sit at a desk with you, and we don't want a big commission button staring you in the face. Both of you in the face. All right, Allison, Jody is on fire right now. Mary W. Flynn Towen. I feel like that's you, Michael. It should be you, Michael, if it's not.
It's Flynn to win.
Flynn to win. Someone else was in here at, they had K8, and it was obviously Kate, and I kept calling her K8, and she's like, it's Kate. I'm like, I'm not good at license plate, reading and things like that. So, all right, where on VAX can you find learning events, a self-help library of how-tos, and other great ALGV resources? I put green in as a joke, Michael, but one day, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get the green joke.
You are aware of what TikTok means, right? Or what TikTok is, correct?
Yeah, it's a video social media site, right? Or
Yeah.
app.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the hot thing, so I put it in there. But I guess one day it could be like a video of me doing I don't know, TikTok video.
Ah, yeah. That would
I'm not.
Awesome.
I got to get more hip with the social stuff.
Yeah, I don't see you on the social too much.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. My wife does enough for both of us. Look at that. You guys are fantastic. Yeah, it's obviously not located at the KFC campus. Education can be self-taught through the booking engine, but really everything you need to know is within the education campus. Go there. It's the ultimate place to DIY. We want to bring our hold times down. If everybody used the education campus and went in there for the different things that I went over, modifications, building, marketing, TPP, groups, if everybody went in there, that would clear up our lines for the calls that need to come in. Relating to adding and dropping a passenger or changing dates or little things like that that are out of the norm that require a call in. So without further ado, let's see who our champ is today. Let's see our podium. We got Jody MP in third, Mary W in second. I feel like Mary came out of nowhere. Love it. And Allison is our winner. Love it. I'll be reaching out to Allison. And then we got D and Judy. D, big climb up into the top 5. Love to see it. So Allison, we'll be reaching out to you. We have a trip that is going to be sent your way. More information on that. I'm going to verify that you're a newbie first. And then, yeah, it should be good to go. And if you could just chat in to the chat box your email address so that just in case there is another Allison, I want to make sure that I send it to the right person. So Michael, without further ado, let's get into some questions.
All right, Ben. Well, that was fun. Yeah, we got lots of great questions coming in. So let's start from the top, maybe early in the presentation, work our way down. That way
you got it.
We stay oriented. All right, so got a question from Kay. While you were navigating through VAX, she asked you, how do you get back to the home page? It gets confusing moving around to each anchor store. What's an easy way to get there?
It's always this left in the bottom. So if I go into, let's say like Apple Vacations, I can go into, everything I need right in here, but I can always just click on the Apple Vacations button right here to go right back to this homepage at any time. It's really nice. Or you can click on to go back to the VAX homepage here. So if I wanted to look at different suppliers other than Apple, like let's say from here, it's like, well, I'm preferred with Apple. I'm also preferred with Travel Impressions. I'm just throwing out scenarios here. Well, I can always go back to the homepage here and click on it, and then I can pick Travel Impressions from the dropdown. So always look in the top left-hand corner. Great question.
All right, thank you for that. And Patricia had a question early. She's wondering if there is a way to price check across all 6 ALGV brands. So can we compare itineraries somehow?
Yeah, there's a way to actually compare different. So you can compare anything you really want to. Yes, you can compare brands if you want. You can also compare different passengers. You can compare a different origin, different destination, pretty much whatever you want. And it really starts off over here, right? So right now, when I was doing this booking, I'm in the middle of a search, okay? And we talked about, this. We built the email sales tool. It's saved over here. But at any time, if I want to click search right here, it'll take me back to this screen, and now I can change whatever I want in here. So if I want to change a supplier, I could. But if I also wanted to change the number of passengers, and I want one room and one adult, and I want to change the number of nights and do one room and six nights instead of 5, now when I hit search, watch, a different search screen is going to pop up right below the one that I already had going. And we'll watch when it pulls up for a second, and obviously it's going to pull up as we say, a dummy set of flights, which should probably be vacation exclusive since I picked 6 nights. It's going to pull up a dummy hotel for us as like a lead-in to get a start on what the price point would be for the entire package that we can obviously change. But we're really going to see that we can now compare these back to back. So here I've got my one search, and now I've got my second search. And I can actually do up to 3. So if I want to compare this search I was looking at before, which is right here, to what I have now, I can just hit compare right here and compare right here. And now I click compare. And now I have them lined up side by side. So the first itinerary was what we looked at with Dreams Vista. The second itinerary, and I could have customized this any way I wanted to. The system chose Breathless. And then in a junior suite, Ocean King View, great flights going out, and we can see the price difference in both of them. And as you can see, we also changed the brand if you want to search that way. And what's really nice is the commission. If I want to do view administrative information, watch this. This information is going to pop up under commissions. There it is. It's going to show me the commission difference between the 2 packages. We are looking at a way for this to be emailed in the future. For right now, you can use a snip or a print screen to send to a client, or just for your benefit to kind of just take a look but I think that that's a great way to send to somebody and say, this is if you want to take the whole family. How about this? Hey, Ben, do you want to take the whole family to Vegas? This is what it's going to cost. If just you want to go to Vegas, this is how much it's going to cost. And then you're comparing itineraries right next to each other. Michael, I know you get that joke. I hope others do too.
All right. Awesome. That was a great demonstration, Ben. We've got a couple questions on the Waves program. So
Sure.
I know you spent a little bit on the Waves page. Can you show on that page where they can enroll in the program?
Yeah, so I'm glad that question got requested, because I probably should have done a better job of explaining how you sign up. So actually, once you make your first booking and pay it in full, that's when we send you don't do anything. We send you the notification that says, hey, you got to get signed up for Waves. And then you can sign up right within. And then you're good to go and you're automatically signed up. Wouldn't make a lot of sense for you to have to go in and sign up if you hadn't even made a booking. So it's really nice that we kind of take care of that for you, and our system triggers an invite to go out automatically to you to count not only towards that first booking, but any booking that you make after that.
All right, perfect, Ben. Thanks for that. And then Carrie's got a question about Waves. She's wondering how often do you have to book in order to keep your Waves points? Do they expire, or do they always stay there?
Yeah, let's take a look at FAQ. This is why I love going live and showing everything in live, because I don't know the answer to this, but I know where to go to find it, I assume. So when will my points expire? As long as you actively book ALGV brands, your points will not expire. This includes valid royalties. So it doesn't really give a time here, and I'm going to say, based that there's not a time as of right now, I'm going to say it's indefinite, because since there's no date here, it means that we haven't had anybody's expire yet, and we don't plan on expiring anybody's in the future. If you're booking with us, We know that rewards programs are all about continual bookings and repeat bookings. You want to build your bank up, right? Because that allows you to get your stays and your flights and your excursions, and any points if you want to convert to cash, you can. So for right now, looks like there isn't a date.
All right, perfect. And I want to give credit to Judy for asking that question, not Carrie. Carrie has this question. So I had my
Gotcha.
agents switched up here, but Carrie is wondering, she has not had access to her Waves account, and she's reached out to Waves Rewards at applelg.net and not gotten a response. So her password reset doesn't work. So does she have any recourse to get that resolved?
You know what? I'm in a great mood today, Michael. Why don't you send her why don't you send her the implementation email?
Okay.
And we ask that she send another email to Waves and CC in our email so that our team can take a look at it and make sure that she's taken care of.
All right, perfect. We'll keep an eye on that for you, Carrie. Make sure we get that resolved as soon as possible. Thanks for that question.
And if I was in a bad mood, I still would have said that answer. So, so hopefully that makes sense.
All right, and so
but I'm in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I appreciate that you're in a good mood, and so am I. Let's see. Richard has a question here. So, do we have to enter the booking on Waves, or is it automatically entered when we book with any of the ALG brands?
I believe it is automatic.
Yep, I believe you're right. Everything's automatic,
yep.
So there's no work involved. So it just makes great sense to be part of this program.
This. Yeah.
And this is stackable too.
Just make sure your VAX username is on the booking by logging into VAX with your account. Give the exact username. So pretty much just what you're doing. Just make sure that username matches. It needs to match for you to log in the first place. And then your qualified bookings are just added automatically onto your account.
You know, and that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, because maybe Carrie's email address isn't getting the password reset feature. So make sure you go into your member services area of VAX and make sure that email is correct, so that we know you're getting that password reset update. It might be as simple as that.
Yep. You can find that all in here. Change your password, make changes to your agency info. Yep.
All right. Let's see. A couple folks have already left, so I will skip their questions if they're not here. Sandra's got a question about basic economy and whether that's excluded on the exclusive nonstop vacation flight search.
It is. It is that those flights will not pop up because those flights are not owned by us. The exclusive nonstop vacation flights are those are seats that we buy, that they're not basic economy seats. And if you do want to know how to completely, let's go into that booking. Sorry, I got a couple things up and I want to make sure. At any point, if you want to click on outbound flights right here and you want to suppress those exclusive nonstop vacation flights, you can actually hide them right here. So if you don't want to stare at those flights when you look for your clients because they have specifically told you, I don't want those flights, you can just click hide, and then now they're gone. Did you see how they were show here, and this was a basic economy right here for American, and now I hit hide, it's gone. Good to go.
Yeah, we had a lot of requests from agents to add those basic economy fares just to be competitive with other online tour operators.
Sure.
And then we found out that a lot of agents didn't like that cluttering up their screen because they didn't want to sell it. So we added that enhancement, and now everybody's happy, right, Ben? I hope.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great, I'm so glad you brought that up. For any of you new agents, if there's something in here that maybe just like, maybe it's basic economy flights, or maybe it's non-refundable hotels. We also sell those. We sell these to be competitive all around, because we never want a client going to you and saying, how come I can get this and you're my travel agent and you can't get this for me? So I always say that VAX, Apple Leisure Group, we're about options. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, then just don't offer it.
All right, thanks, Ben. Mary's got a question about Amstar tours. She's wondering, she says, it looks like I need to book their tours on their website to get commission instead of VAX. Is this correct?
No, we offer commission on all of our Amstar products, and they're all up to 10%. They usually are at 10% across the board. So no, that I'm not sure. Maybe if you want to give her our email as well and just make sure I want to find out where she got that info. Maybe I want to make sure her question's being answered correctly and I'm understanding it right. But no, you're definitely getting commission on any Amstar excursion or transfer or anything else that destination management company offers.
Yeah, and I think the confusion comes from not all of the available excursions from Amstar are loaded into VAX. So she is correct on those that aren't loaded in the VAX, you
I
can't get
got you.
commission on, but all of those that are in VAX, definitely. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
so that's kind of the way that works out. And I learned that recently myself just by doing an Amstar webinar. So that's what they showcased. And I know they're focusing on adding more and more excursions into VAX, so you're less likely to have to go outside of VAX to accommodate that commission. So thanks for that question. Great question.
Yeah. And what's really nice is if your client doesn't know what excursion they want to take, you can actually just buy like a voucher for them in the features. So then they get to the hotel and they can just use that voucher on whatever excursion they want. Really cool.
All right, great. Karen's got a question about, you had done that demonstration of the email sales tool and she noticed the book now button. When did that get added? She's asking.
Yeah, so that's been around for a little bit, and we're actually undergoing the process. That's very coincidental that I'm taking part in a meeting that's going on Thursday on this. With COVID-19, a lot of business priorities shifted around. We actually got rid of many unused Go sites that were currently up just for fraud prevention. We want to make sure that, anything that wasn't being used, we got rid of. But for both the book now buttons that you can send out and you can click book now and your client can automatically book them and pay for it, as well as custom event pages. So if you have a group of flex or groupies or groups your way that has a 5-room minimum and you sign up for that, custom event pages can be made. We're actually meeting on Thursday to overhaul that process, repair those sites, talk about what's the future of that going to look like, because that is such a cool feature, and we've had a lot of agents reach out to us lately saying, hey, I love that I can send an itinerary. I go away for the weekend. They see a property they like. They want to capitalize on the price. They click book now. It just sends them all of the components, no details on commission or anything like that, and they just put in credit card info and it's booked. And then the agent gets the reminder that says that a reservation has been made. So we're working on that, and you're definitely going to see some more details upcoming on that.
All right, thanks, Ben. Just a few minutes left before we have to wrap things up. I got a couple questions left. Pauline's asking, how do you link to reservations in VAX? Is that possible?
It depends what you're linking them for. If you are linking them via, you have hotel-only stays and they are sharing transfers, that can be done in the transfer section of special service requests. So definitely use a special service request to link. You can also link within the hotel request. So maybe you have you have clients that maybe want to be in room categories as close as possible together, possibly adjoining, whatever it is. Keep in mind those are requests; they're not guarantees. But you could put that in the hotel request, and that gets transmitted over to the hotel, and they try to make those requests possible. But linking would all be done through special service requests.
Okay. And Richard's got a question. This will be our last one that we've got time for. If we book a vacation, say on FunJet for 2021, and the price changes before final payment, will the new price, if less, apply to the trip?
Yeah, so that depends. That's actually a key benefit of our Travel Protection Plus plan. If you have Travel Protection Plus on the booking, you can actually change it to that. You can change it to that same exact hotel If you're not in the cancel period for the hotel, you're just changing it to the same one. Now, keep in mind, let's say that you booked it today in September, and that was the hotel was offering free resort credits or I don't know, some kind of discount or child stay free or whatever, and now you're booking it today, you're technically canceling and rebooking the hotel. So with that, you need to just keep a lookout for those amenities, and hopefully none of those disappeared when you're rebooking. We want to make sure you're getting everything from the first one. But yeah, if you have travel protection from the original booking, you can just make that change. And you can do it right in VAX, which is great. Go to modifications, change component. I love to have two screens up at the same time. Have my original screen showing my original booking untouched, and then on the other screen I'm actually changing it. And then I'm going in and seeing the price difference between the two. And then if I see it's lower, all the components are the same, I just check out and complete the change.
All right. Thanks so much, Ben. We're at the top of the hour. I want to send a big thank you out to all of our travel agents that joined us today. Thanks for taking time with us today. Be sure to fill out the post-webinar survey. I'll provide that feedback along with the chat questions that came in. So if there's anything we didn't follow up with, Ben will get that as well later today. Ben, is there anything you want to share before we wrap things up?
Yeah, just thank you, everybody. My apologies that my workshop did not go as planned on Wednesday. Like I said, I love to involve you with a game and show you live and just do things differently, because that's the way that we need to overcome COVID-19. We got to be different. We got to think outside the box. So it didn't work, but thanks for chiming in today. I got you for a full hour, which is fantastic. I'm hoping you had fun, but the one question I really want to leave you with today is, if you really just spent, if we were to meet here 1 year from today, what is the one thing you really want to master per month? Okay, so let's just take one thing per month. Okay, if you decide to you got 12 months until next year's Ascend. If you took 1 month and just said, I'm going to focus everything on maximizing my earning potential. Second month is, I'm going to do everything I can in VAX to understand destination knowledge. Then the third one is, I'm going to understand everything there is to know about groups. And you just go down the line, product and education and everything. What's the one thing you're going to start with? Because that's going to lead to all of those other things that just become an expert. Challenge yourself. Be in VAX. This is your profession. You should be in it all the time. So spend a month, lock down an item, and then you can move to the next month, lock that down. And in a year for Ascend 2021, you're ready to just rip. And that's awesome that you're officially onboarded. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. And hopefully you follow my advice. And thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate it.
Well, a big thank you to you, Ben, and thanks for those recommendations. And we hope you join us for the next webinar, and you actually have excelled over the next year following Ben's guidance. So take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.